Hi, Happy Scrapper here, and today I took a little break. I needed a little break, so I took a little break. It wasn't really a break. I put together a little project I've had in my mind, and well, I'm just sitting here about to do some sluicing, but it's not in the e-banker that I'm sluicing today. Today, I get to introduce to you a new friend. His name is Tiny Tim. Let me introduce you to Tiny Tim. YouTube, meet Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim, meet YouTube. So, Tiny Tim is most likely a temporary name for this, as this is only part of the overall idea that I am designing. However, I needed to know that this would work before continuing. So I set up a quick little rig here, as you can see, with the beaker and the really quickly thrown together legs and the diaper wipes. So it's 1,000 milliliter beaker, and those are actual riffles in there to create the proper water current. That whole rack can come up, and the matting underneath is where the gold should be. So I have here a couple spoonfuls of some fresh material, and we are going to find out if Tiny Tim gets that gold. So let's do it. First scoop. Okay, I did not think this camera thing through very well. But I wanted to be up close and personal here. Okay. Just last scoop or two in here. I'm just gonna feed that in. I'll be right back. Alright, so I fed the last spoonful in there, and without turning the water off, you can kind of already see, first of all, I'm not level. It's more leaning to this side. A little pocket of wires that didn't even make it to the first riffle. But here, I'm seeing something in there. So that's interesting. Here's inside of the beaker. We got some material at the bottom there, and it's all circulating around in there. Obviously a settling pond, so to speak, would make a lot of sense. But again, this is simply a test, and I'm not too worried about the pump. Let's turn the water off and have a look. Alright, so the water's off, and I am shocked at what I see right now. I see wires all up in there. Oh yeah. There's a nice little pocket right at the tip of my finger. And here's the stuff that wouldn't even move with the sluice. It's looking rather nice. Wow. Well, okay. Looks to me like we might have a couple bond wires up in here. So some may have made it through, I'm not sure. I'm going to check the beaker and see what ended up in there. Really hard to tell. I'll have to let that settle a minute and pour it off. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the mat, or remove the sluice, the riffle rack, and do a little cleanup. Alright, so I have removed the matting. And here's what it looks like. Oh, it's so pretty. Tiny Tim, you're awesome. Now, it does look like there could be a couple bond wires down here. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it's got too much angle. Or if I just fed it in too fast. Perhaps too much water flow. I mean, there's so many factors. But here's the thing. This is the material that was in the beaker. And let's take my microscope to it. I have no idea what this is going to look like, for the record. This is very difficult to do. So I can't say for certain or not, but I want to say those are bond wires. But it really doesn't look as obvious as you might expect it to. That could be one. That maybe looks like copper though. No, I'm pretty sure I'm seeing bond wires. Hard to tell with the camera, I'll have to look with my eyes, but... well... I guess we'll do the cleanup. Alright, my friends. I have done the cleanup. When I removed the matting, as you can see, I forgot I had already moved the beaker. So, some went onto my floor. That's not a problem. I looked at this in the microscope with my eyeball and not through the camera, and I honestly saw one obvious bond wire. The rest looked fairly clean. See if I can find one here for you. See, what you're thinking, if I can get it to focus here. That one right there, right in the middle of the screen, I believe, is a bond wire. Again, it's hard to tell with the camera and the lighting. Usually it's pretty obvious. So, despite that, it's hard to find a bond wire in there. What I'd like to show you is the cleanup material. This is the concentrates. Now, not a lot of plastic made it through. It kind of held on to quite a bit of material. I guess that's to be expected with the matting. However, I think it's pretty clear that it is absolutely catching gold. That's just a couple spoonfuls. So, I'm going to chalk this one up as a success. Beautiful. So, friends, it's pretty awesome what you can build a sluice with. It works. I'm gonna call it, and it works. I honestly thought I would see a little bit more mist gold than that, and I would be interested to see how much material I can run through it before that mat fills and starts missing gold. So I'm gonna keep trying it out. I have a lot more material to sluice, so test complete. I am going to try maybe different water pressures, different angles, see if there are different results. And basically I'm going to keep using this material until such time as I am getting less plastic, more gold, maybe with the sluice setup, maybe it can be run with a higher water pressure without blowing out the gold. Perhaps that's too high of a water pressure, so it's really not known as of yet, as this was just a first test and first result. For a first test and a first result, I am incredibly happy with it. Pretty sure if I ran that material a second time, there wouldn't be any gold mist at all. So definitely one or two bond wires made it through, but it works. Tiny Tim, he lives to see another day, and perhaps a brother or sister or two. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you have not subscribed already, I guarantee you it's worth subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications, because you just never know what I'm going to come up with next. Have a great, happy scrapper kind of day. Cheers, y'all.